in one of the country's wildest venues. It's two of the Pac-10's most electrifying teams, the 6th best team in the nation, the Cal Bears, and the 11th ranked Oregon Ducks. Back deep for Cal is Javid Best. This is taken by an up man at the 35-yard line and falling down right away as Bellotti put the ball along the ground. Cameron Jordan picked it up, a defensive end. We'll get a first chance to take a look at Nate Longshore and the Cal Bears. 63% passer on the year, 5 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Has had trouble getting the deep ball to his wide receivers, but not any trouble getting points on the board.
Second in the Pac-10 last year behind John David Booty in passing efficiency.
Justin Forsett is the tailback. In motion is Cameron Moore. Fake to Forsett. Longshore going deep for Moore. Incomplete. Good coverage by Patrick Chung. 2nd and 10. This is Robert Jordan. Reversing motion. Fake again to Forsett. Roll out to Jordan, and he's hit behind the line by Jarris Bird. Big loss on 2nd down. 3rd down and 14 for Longshore out of the shotgun formation. Play clock running down. Gets it off just in time, and time to throw. Nope, not time to throw. Flag is down. And it's delay a game against California, so give an assist to this crowd here at Autzen Stadium right off the bat.
Well, Longshore had Jackson open on the first play, came back on the second play, threw for a loss. Now he's got 3rd down and forever. This is not a good start for Cal or Nate Longshore. Take a look at the very first play of the game. This is our guy, Deshaun Jackson. Wide open in the middle. He knows it. Everybody in the stands knows it. Longshore just didn't deliver it.
That forever is 3rd and 19, and Oregon's defensively has been very good on 3rd downs, allowing their opponent to convert just 23% of the time. Forsett is the tailback. Trying to get the screen to Forsett. And he's hit at the 20-yard line and dropped there. Jerome Boyd from the linebacker spot with a big play.
It's almost as if Nick Aliotti, the defensive coordinator for Cal, knows the script. He knows what plays they're running. First of all, it's not there, so Longshore has to reload. Once he gets it, the green shirts have reacted. They read it, and they delivered.
Andrew Larson averaging 42 yards a punt, standing at about his 6-yard line. Andy L. Brown deep for Oregon at about the 37. Brown will come up and let it hit the ground, takes a sideways bounce out of bounds, and Oregon will have outstanding field position for their first possession after that 34-yard punt. Jonathan Stewart is the running back with Dixon in the backfield. And Dixon overthrows his tight end, Ed Dixon. Direct snap to Jonathan Stewart up the middle. Gets a couple. You saw Dennis Dixon go in motion there.
You know, one thing that we have to talk about is Oregon. Without Brian Paysinger, who injured his knee in practice, had surgery this past week, the other receivers are now going to have to pick things up. Jason Williams, Derek Jones, Garen Strong, and Cameron Colvin. You mentioned Cameron Colvin with the big touchdown reception. Now those guys have to take a bigger role.
And we'll see what the Ducks dial up on this 3rd down in about 8 yards. 3 wide receivers, time to throw for Dixon. Now he's going to run. Fakes one. Gets close to a first down, lowers his head, and I think he's got the first down. Sidquan Thompson, the defensive back that Dixon took on there, but not before Dixon picked up an Oregon first down.
This offense spreads you all the way across the field, so they spread you out in the box. You see there's only 5 guys there. Now he drops back to pass. Now this is where he's a nightmare for defensive backs. You either have to stay with your guy or leave him and come up and make the play. Sometimes he'll just dump that ball over your head when you commit.
Mike Mohammed, the embarrassed Cal Bear, filling in this today for Justin Moy at linebacker spot. Here's Jonathan Stewart in motion. And there's a backwards pass to Jeremiah Johnson. Got a blocker out in front. First down Oregon. Down the sidelines. Pushed out of bounds. Right next to the down marker. And this is a drop snap by Dixon. And Cody Jones jumps on him there for a loss.
Yeah, I think he just took his eye off of it. It was a little bit low. You know, Dan, the thing about this offense, as you look at the snap here, hit him right in the hands, and then he took his eyes off of it. But the thing about this offense, they'll spread that defense across the field, stay in the shotgun, use motion, misdirection, run the option, and they run those quick outs to the receiver. So what they're basically doing is getting a one-on-one plays.
4 wide receivers this time for the Ducks. Inside pitch to Jonathan Stewart, and he doesn't get anything. Mike Mohammed there with some help. Now they're going to throw on 3rd and 16. Going for a bundle's got a wide open receiver. Incomplete. Too far for Jason Williams, or that would have been 6. I guarantee this one's going out of the end zone. Trying to angle it to the sideline. He might get a good bounce here. It bites. And it's down inside the 15, but more importantly, Deshaun Jackson never got his mitts on it. California ball when we come back. Back in Autzen Stadium, head coach for the Golden Bears is Jeff Tedford. He coordinated Oregon's offense in the Joey Harrington era, and while at Cal, he's won 8 straight games in this month of September. On the sideline, Mike Bellotti, 13th year leading the Ducks. He became a member of the 100-win club this season. His Ducks have won 7 straight games against Cal here at Autzen. Forset's first carry, and Oregon stacks him up at the 15-yard line. First guy there was Patrick Chung from Arlington, Texas. They called him the truth in high school. He's the tailback behind Longshore. On 2nd and 8. Forset's got it, trying to cut back, but Jerome Boyd is right there, looking for that cutback run.
And right now, there's so much emotion with this Oregon Duck defense.
Blitz over the middle, he's got his man, complete. First down to Robert Jordan at the 30-yard line.
That's where Longshore is so good. He sits in that pocket. He's not as mobile as Dixon, but he's strong-armed, 6'5", sees the passing lanes. Now watch him, just like a pro quarterback, stand in there, almost had to throw off his heels. But if you look outside, as soon as that break is made, the ball's coming right now, on time, in rhythm, first down.
Cole Linehan with that big hit on the quarterback, but Longshore picked up 12 yards on that 3rd and 7.
Looked like Dan Fouts back there winging that thing.
And taking a lick.
The bionic arm.
1st and 10 for the Bears at the 29-yard line. Again, the play clock running down. Barely getting it off. Forset. And he stopped at the line of scrimmage again. And again, it's Patrick Chung, 2nd leading tackler for Oregon. The young man from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Longshore to throw to the outside. And that ball's complete to Deshaun Jackson. And look at that ability to pick up the first down as he makes tacklers miss in a crowd.
Yeah, he's a game changer. We talked about it at the top, Dan. The thing is, too, you've got to get your hands on him, and then you've got to get help. Look, he kind of lopes out there, waits for the ball because they're playing soft. Now watch this. You've got to wrap him, you've got to hold on to him, and hope you get help.
Another 12-yard gain for the Bears as Jackson comes to the near side. Lavelle Hawkins in motion. And Forset right up the middle. And he's met right there by middle linebacker John Bacon. So both defenses playing well in this first quarter.
And the way this defense sets up, we're just talking about the safeties. It's almost like a wishbone. You've got Bacon right in the middle, then Chung and Harper, the 2 safeties to each side of him. They cheat up. It's hard to run, but that's where they funnel you, right into that middle.
Harper leading the Ducks in tackles. Chung is his 2nd leading tackler.
There's Nick Aliotti. He's the defensive coordinator, and he's got him stoked.
2 tight ends for Cal. Craig Stevens and Cameron Moore. And Forset with Longshore. Longshore down the middle to Stevens, too high. And again, Longshore hits the ground. This time, compliments of Jeremy Gibbs.
Well, two things here. Stevens is that big receiver, and Longshore knows that he really had the chance to make that. The other thing is this right here. The more that they hit and get to this quarterback, the more he's going to lose his rhythm. Stevens, a two-time all-conference guy, Mackey Award candidate, 6'5", had a chance. Get those hands on it, pull it down. But it brings up another one of those 3rd and long, Dan.
4 wide receivers for Longshore. 3-man rush for Oregon. Longshore over the middle. He's got his man again. Big hit, good catch. Deshaun Jackson. Longshore under center. Fake to Forsett. He's got his man to the outside and misses Jackson this time. 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. And we got a whistle. Movement before the ball was snapped. Somebody along that offensive line for California.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That would be Brian De La Puente moving early.
De La Puente is a 5th-year senior, too. He's experienced. He's played against these Ducks before. Pretty good offensive line. I think one of the best, if not the best, in the Pac-10. Gibson, De La Puente, Mack, Melee, Tepper.
Not the biggest offensive line, but perhaps the most athletic. 2nd down and 5. Trying to get the screen to the wide receiver. Jordan, he's got it, and Jordan's got a good gain across the 40 and a flag down.
Yeah, he's going to be short of the first, but it's a good play to go down and go under and try to just pick up the yardage in chunks rather than go deep, because they were sitting soft way back there in the secondary.
Jack Wood is our referee for today. Arguing with umpire Matt Jordan.
There is no foul on the play for face mask. There is no foul on the play for a face mask.
You're in 4-down territory here, but you won't go for it. Here it is again. Longshore drops, looks left, looks right, and then throws underneath with a little flanker screen. Jordan tries to get as much out of it as he can, but it's still 3rd down and a long way to go. Just get it in chunks.
This is the 11th play of the drive. Forsett behind Zach Smith. Longshore to throw for it. Swings it out here, knocked away. Knocked down by Jeremy Gibbs. And Larson angles it to the near side. And it'll take a hop. And Brown will get away from it as it ball will roll inside the 10-yard line. Fine job by Andrew Larson. Here's Dennis Dixon on a roll. Nowhere to throw. Now he's going to run. Dives across the 10-yard line. Well, Todd Harris, it's football today here in Autzen Stadium, but this town has a big track history, doesn't it?
Yeah, no question about it, Dan. You know this place is Tracktown, USA, and come June 27th of 2008, this place will absolutely explode with track fans. From the 27th of June to the 6th of July, the U.S. Olympic Track and Field Trials will be held here in Eugene. Now, they hosted the trials in 72, 76, and 80, and with all respect to Sacramento, who came in 2nd place, this is the place to hold the track trials.
Thank you, Todd. Here's Jonathan Stewart, right side. And again, Cal stringing him out all the way to the sidelines and holds him to a short gain. Stewart in the backfield with Dixon. Dixon over the middle. He's got Ed Dixon as tight end. 1st down, Oregon. Out to the 25. 9th catch of the season for Ed Dixon.
And the thing about that was Cal rushed only 3 people and had everybody back in passing zones. And Dixon still found the open area.
There wasn't any hesitation by the quarterback, Dennis Dixon, either. He got back on that 3rd and 5 and completed that for 12 yards. A big hole, and Stewart trips his head. He's just about ready to get underway. He got 6. Fake to Stewart. Now the pitch inside. That's Jeremiah Johnson, rather. And that's a big hit.
Warrell Williams at linebacker read it from the get-go. He knew exactly what was coming. The shovel pass. And if you watch number 1 come into your screen at the top there, and here he comes, bam. He took over when Desmond Bishop ran out of eligibility. Brother DJ, linebacker with the Broncos, so he's been well schooled. He understands the game of football. That was good play there.
I'm not sure you want to pitch the ball back to the guy you just faked the ball to. But that Oregon's tried that play twice for nothing so far. 3rd down now, and a fine catch on the outside. Again, it's his tight end, Ed Dixon, and Dixon again has a 1st down. Bottom of the screen is Jeremiah Johnson. He's got the ball. He's got a big hole. 50, 45, stiff arm inside the 40. Jeremiah Johnson pushed out of bounds by Marcus Ezef, a gain of 26.
This is what we thought we'd see from the beginning. Jeremiah Johnson, Stewart, all the speed now starting to show. They're working the perimeters, and Dixon all of a sudden is not hesitating. Zone blocking goes down. They string it out, get a couple blocks outside, and boom, Johnson's got those quick feet, good vision as well.
Anthony Felder couldn't bring him down at the line of scrimmage, and the Bears paid for it. Stewart. And he's got 5 or 6 more.
Yeah, and what happens when Oregon starts to get you on your heels a little bit, when they start spreading it out and using that misdirection, defense isn't as confident now. They didn't come with hard rushes the last 2 plays.
The other thing is tempo. You see Oregon not huddling. They never huddle. They just call the plays right to Dixon from the sidelines. And this is affecting Cal right now. Another big hole left side for Stewart. And he struggles. He's close to another 1st down for Oregon.
But you know what? Cal should be used to this by now. Almost everybody they played so far has gone no huddle. So, I mean, this is something that they see on a weekly basis. They shouldn't be affected by it.
He did get the 1st down, Tim. And, you know, the other part about the up-tempo, you have an offensive line that outweighs the defensive line by 42 pounds.
Exactly right. And to counter that, what the defensive line is doing is trying to play on the edge, not taking your head up, getting in the gaps, trying to get vertical. So they're trying to use speed rather than size.
Dixon changing the play, moving Jonathan Stewart to the left side. And he'll hand to Stewart. Stewart finds a hole left side, 20. Dragging tacklers inside the 20-yard line. Marcus Ezef gets the free ride. 1st down, Ducks. Jeremiah Johnson to the 15 and not much more. A lot of these type of plays from the shotgun, Tim, are option plays. The quarterback has to read the defense, whether to give it to the back or keep it himself.
Right now, Dixon looking to the sideline to get the play. This is not really a hurry up. It's just a no huddle to limit the personnel changes you do defensively. Now he's got the play, goes to his wrist, checks it out, makes the call to the line.
He's got Jeremiah Johnson in the backfield. Looks like Cal's going to rush just 3 men. Drop 8 on 2nd and long. Fake to Johnson. Dixon going to throw it away. And he had a man wide open in the corner of the end zone. He had Cameron Colvin, I believe, just all by himself, and decided to throw the ball away. 3rd and 9. Stewart over the middle, thrown behind his receiver. It looked like Ed Dixon, the tight end, was open for just an instant.
Now Dixon's hot. And quarterback Dennis Dixon's frustrated. And they had a couple of touchdowns and didn't connect either one. Again, this should have been a touchdown. And this time Dixon sees him, throws behind him. That would have been a tough catch for anybody.
So Dixon will provide protection for Matt Evenson. Will try a 32-yarder out of the hold of Brady Leaf. And he squeezes it inside the upright.
Finally, we've got points.
Not a lot of points, just 3. Another short pooch kickoff. This is Javid Best. And Best with world-class speed is taken down by T.J. Ward.
You know, Jeff Tedford is an innovator, and while the perception is that Cal throws 50 times a game, really the Bears are balanced somewhat, and their goal is to be more balanced, and they want to get that running game going. But they better start looking at Deshaun Jackson, #1, too. He's having a pretty good game, and he's the way that they can score in a hurry.
Open up with an unbalanced line. Robert Jordan in motion. Forsett gets the pitch. Right side. To the sidelines. Walter Thurman drags them down there. Don't talk that much about the speed of the Oregon defense, but in the secondary, Thurman and Bird, Chung and Harper, very, very fast.
Talked about stringing plays out. You mentioned the overload on that side. He couldn't cut back. He had no lanes. They just, again, trying to string it out and get to the sidelines. Good pursuit by the green jerseys of Oregon.
They talked about Cal's rushing. They averaged 219 yards a game.
Forsett, 5 carries, 4 yards.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Second down and 10 for Longshore. He's got Jordan, but Jordan's wrapped up almost immediately by Walter Thurman.
Now, when we came into this ball game, we were expecting a track meet. Instead, what we're seeing is terrific defense on both teams. Run into the football. Thurman read it, reacted, got there in a hurry.
Oregon substituting defensively on this third down, getting speed in the game. Kwame Ajiman, Will Takufu
going with their dime package. It's all speed defensively. You're right.
Forsett is the tailback. 3 wide receivers for Longshore. Under pressure, and he throws it away. This is a good punt by Larson. Brown, no fair catch, and he's tackled immediately. Talk about a risky play. Thomas Deku right in his face, but he hangs on. Here's Stewart, finds a hole. Pulls away from tacklers. Jonathan Stewart, very patient on that run. Here's Stewart, right side. And he's got a first down. That offensive line is just opening up some huge holes for Jonathan Stewart.
Stewart, 8 carries, 44 yards. He's working hard for him.
Dixon in trouble. Gets away. Gets away for 5 yards. Dennis Dixon with a Houdiniac in the backfield. Mika Kane finally got him. Jeremiah Johnson uncovered for a moment at the top of the screen. Now he's in motion. Fake to Johnson, and Dixon goes down. Cody Jones all over that one. Totally ignored the fake to Johnson. Third and 12. Dixon to the sidelines, way overthrown. Great coverage out there by Chris Conte, a true freshman from Los Angeles. They say he's going to be a good one for California in the years to come.
Brandon Hampton, that corner, is an impact player, but he's not in there. So the true freshman comes in. We watched him the last play. Now this play, he had great sideline coverage, forcing him really right to the boundary.
And that's Deshaun Jackson. He's returned 6 punts, Pac-10 record for touchdowns in his career.
Says he likes the middle return.
Cyree will give him a chance to return this one. Back at the 15, backing up inside the 10. Hold your breath. Down he goes across the 15-yard line.
Crowd wanted a block in the back, didn't get a flag, but they had great coverage.
Outfield on the campus where the softball team plays, where the U of O baseball team called home until the end of the program in '81, when we were talking to the new baseball head coach George Horton. Coming up as the Cal Bears get a first down across the 30-yard line. Craig Stevens pulls in that pass from Nate Longshore. Good for 14 yards. Jackson and Jordan, the wide receivers. Here's Jackson on a quick out, and he's smothered by Jarris Bird. Bird, who was burned badly by Jackson last year's game. Bottom of the screen, Lavelle Hawkins in motion. Javid Best on the draw play. And Best will pick up about 6 yards, close to a first down. That yellow line is not official, but it is awful close.
Javid Best, the freshman, Parade High School All-American. He ran for over 6,000 yards and scored 91 touchdowns in his high school career.
Yeah, when you run the 100 meters in 10.3, you should score a lot of touchdowns. Man, is he fast.
I'm wondering where Deshaun Jackson is. They aren't looking his way as he comes to the bottom of the screen now.
Best is the tailback. He gets it again, left side. And this time, John Bacon and Cole Linehan bring him down.
Yeah, when I say where is Jackson, I know where he is, but they've got to look for him. He had a big first quarter.
Here's Forsett with a good run. Jackson blocking, and Forsett picks up a first down, pushed out of bounds by Patrick Chung. But Forsett gets the ball into Duck territory. Longshore looking deep. Now he comes off to his outlet receiver and throws it in the ground. Pressure by Jeremy Gibbs and David Fahatete. But he definitely was looking for number one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but they had double coverage over the top. They had him bracketed. Longshore stayed in the pocket as long as he could. And actually, I thought he was going to be sacked when he finally did find a receiver. There was not much left in his arm. He didn't have a good stance and couldn't get much on the ball.
California is one of the few teams that will block up about 9 guys to throw a one-man route.
Play clock down to 6.
2nd and 10. Forsett, the tailback. Fake to Forsett. Pass complete to the outside to the fullback, Zach Smith, and it's a first down, California. Great fake by Longshore, and Zach Smith makes his first reception. 1st and 10, Cal Bears. Again, time to throw for Longshore. And he's got Jackson. Jackson goes down low in front of Walter Thurman to make that catch, and then gives Thurman a pat on the hat.
I have to ask, a Hall of Fame quarterback here in the booth. That's got to be the most dangerous pass in football, throwing back all the way across the field like that. Thurman thought he had it intercepted.
Yeah, this ball was about 2 feet from being picked off and returned for a touchdown by number 6, but how about that effort with a bad thumb and all?
Well, Jackson got the separation and just enough separation where Thurman couldn't get back to make that pick.
4 catches, 41 yards for Jackson. Here's the fullback, Zach Smith, right up the middle, first down, Cal. He's not done yet. Walter Thurman having a busy series of plays.
It's a good, methodical, physical drive by the Bears. And they needed it after that first quarter. They're a little bit out of sync, but they've got it going here now.
Now, the reason both these teams are undefeated is that they've taken care of the ball. Not many turnovers for either side.
How about this, the old I formation? Now Smith flexes.
And Javid Best is the tailback. He gets it on the pitch to the right side. It looks like he wants to throw it. Nowhere to throw it, and he's tackled for about a 2-yard loss. Jerome Boyd, there were no receivers on the side of the field where he was going to throw the ball to him. He lost 2 on the play. That's Jordan in motion. Here's Forsett on the draw. He gets inside the 20-yard line. John Bacon, Antonio Salado with the stop.
They made it look that time like Jackson had one-on-one coverage with Thurman, but you could look over the top and see they were cheating the safety in that area. So wherever Jackson goes today, he's going to have a safety over the top.
And the Autzen Stadium crowd rises to their feet to make some noise on this critical 3rd down. 3rd and 8. Longshore to the end zone, almost intercepted by Walter Thurman. Cut in front of the receiver, Robert Jordan, and could not make the catch. And he's got it. Jordan Kay from 34 yards away ties this one up. Again, it's defense rising up and stopping one of these high-powered offenses. California on the board. 3-3 is our score from Eugene. This is Andrew Larson. He'll kick it deep to the dangerous Jonathan Stewart and Andre Crenshaw. In fact, Jonathan Stewart not in the game. Derek Jones. This is Crenshaw, and he muffs the ball into the end zone, and it'll go out and come back out to the 20-yard line. Oregon is yet to complete a pass to a wide receiver. Talking about fits. Here's Jonathan Stewart breaking a tackle, getting out to the 25-yard line. Todd Harris is with the new baseball coach for the Oregon Ducks. Todd?
Well, Dan, baseball is returning to Eugene, and this is the man who's going to guide the program. George Horton comes to us from Cal State Fullerton, and after a 2004 national championship, what was the draw to come from California up north?
Well, I fell in love with the leadership up here, starting with President Frohnmeyer and Athletic Director Pat Kilkenny and Senior Associate Athletic Director Renee Baumgartner. I fell in love with them. I fell in love with the university. The city of Eugene is a wonderful city. The people up here. It's a great fit for my family, first and foremost, and the opportunity to build a program from scratch and see if we can repeat what we've done at Cal State Fullerton is a challenge that we wanted to accept and see if we can do that.
How much pressure have you received? Now, you know the school just to the north of Oregon that where the Orange and Black back-to-back national championship. Are they expecting a big match there?
A lot of Duck fans want us to get those Beavers. I know it's not going to be an easy challenge. Pat's done a tremendous job in what he's been able to accomplish, and I think what he said to the nation is that you don't need great weather to compete at the national level, and hopefully we can get to that level pretty short order.
Now, I know the folks up in Beaverton are working on what they say is the most technologically advanced baseball uniform in the world. You know what the Ducks football uniforms look like. Are you a little nervous about what you might see come opening day in 08?
Yeah, I get confused just having 3 uniforms, and we're going to meet with the Nike guys on Monday, and they're going to throw some stuff at us, and hopefully we can keep it a little bit on the simple side so I can remember which is the right uniform to wear each and every day we play.
Thanks for your time. Good luck, Coach Horton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Derek Jones with the catch after the holding penalty against Oregon. Jeremiah Johnson's the running back. Over the middle, wide open is Jason Williams. Williams has the first down. 6'4", 240 pounds, Jason Williams. Across the middle is a big target. First and 10. Here's Jeremiah Johnson, right side. And he's got nothing there. Cal with great anticipation for that sweep. Here's Dixon. He's got his tight end, Ed Dixon, out across the 40-yard line. And again, that was a bullet from Dennis Dixon, throwing much more confidently.
And Ed Dixon having one heck of a game. That's his 3rd catch. So he's got 11 for the season and a couple of touchdowns. But he's a big target at 6'5", 240 pounds, and even bigger when you try to bring him down. Look at this.
That was a great picture showing Warrell Williams laying out and missing that pass by a fingernail.
Well, Warrell sometimes tries to, he's very athletic and very physical. Sometimes he goes for the knockout punch.
Here's Jonathan Stewart on 3rd and 2. He rolls around the corner, first down, and can't stay in bounds as he crosses the 47-yard line, steps out there, but that's enough for a first down for Oregon. Drew Davis is the wide receiver at the bottom of the screen. We've got movement. They're going to back up Oregon. False start.
Head ball. False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So Alu. Max Unger also looked like he was a little unsettled there. He's the center. Both the guard and the center were a little shaky. Forsett 7 for 19, just averaging 2.7. He averages over 6 a carry for the year. And Stewart really starting to gear this baby up.
2nd and 15. Jonathan Stewart now will shift to the right side as Dixon changes the play.
This is their delayed cadence they talk about.
Here's Stewart, left side, no delay here. And he's punishes tackles. Hello, Chris Conte, you true freshman. Welcome to the Pac-10.
Just ran over him. Stewart gets the corner. Here comes 17, Conte, and whoa! The defender's supposed to deliver the punch, but he didn't, and now the crowd sees it on the big screen.
And Dixon's rolling out, first down, completion. Gets it out to his wide receiver. That is Garen Strong, number 21. So now you're starting to see how this Oregon offense works. Power from the running back, and then deception and speed out of the quarterback on the perimeter.
Last year we saw Deku's hit On UCLA's Corey Bosworth that made YouTube. That one might make YouTube. Stewart running over Connie.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for Oregon. Quick pass to Cameron Colvin and a fine play in the backfield. Bernard Hicks read that quick pass and made a solid tackle. Here's Jonathan Stewart for a short gain across the 45-yard line. I thought that was a pretty smart timeout by Jeff Tedford, though, to give his defense after the big play by, Bernard Hicks. Give him a little breather there. Well, up-tempo will wear you out.
He's a quality coach, riding a wave and giving Cal its best 5-year stretch in more than half a century.
3rd and 12 for Oregon. 3-man rush for California. Swings it out here to Jonathan Stewart. And he's not going to get the first down. Good. He might now as the flag comes flying.
Yeah, that's a terrible mental error after Hampton made a nice play. Esef gets somebody hit him out of bounds. Here it is again. Hampton makes a nice play here to stop the play. He's already out of bounds, and here comes Esef, 29, and gets the 15-yarder.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
That's a mental mistake. That's just lack of self-discipline right there.
Now the ball will go all the way down inside the 25-yard line, mark it at the 22. It was going to be 4th and 7 out of field goal range for Oregon. Now they got a fresh set of downs. All 3 timeouts, 2.5 minutes to work. 4 wide receivers. Jonathan Stewart to the left side of Dixon.
All of them were looking to the sidelines for the play. Now they've got it.
And plenty of time to get the ball snapped. Colvin in motion. The reverse to Derek Jones. 20, 15, 10. Knocked off his feet at the 7-yard line.
What a cut block by Mark Lewis, the right guard, who released and then folded back and got the block.
1st and goal. Stewart, right side. 5-yard line. And a real solid tackle by Cameron Jordan. Looked like Stewart was going to jump over the tackler and get in the end zone, but not so by Cameron Jordan.
These two teams right now mentally are playing for a national championship. They're playing for the Rose Bowl. They're playing for the Pac-10 title. And that penalty, keep in mind, that penalty changed the complexion of this entire first half.
Clock rolling. Stewart, right side, cuts back, touchdown Oregon, Jonathan Stewart. Now for the extra point. 15-play drive that covered 80 yards. And how about that penalty by Marcus Esef? It's Matt Evenson adding the 10th point for the Ducks.
Well, you had the penalty, then you had the great block by Lewis on the reverse. That time you got Jeff Schwartz with a terrific kickout block. And the result is the Stewart touchdown. Take a look right here. Watch this block, the kick out. Slides inside. They also bring over Unger, the center. They pulled him. Stewart just right on down Main Street. But it was all set up by the penalty. Here's Esef out of bounds. Couldn't stop once he was out of bounds. He'd actually, his foot touched out of bounds when Hampton tackled him, and he kept going that way, and that 15-yarder gave him the whole first down instead of the 4th and 7.
They are not putting the ball deep. They're trying to get the ball along the ground, make the organized return more difficult.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, too, they're going to do that again here. They're just going to try to keep it on the ground, so Cal should get pretty good field position.
You see California has 2 timeouts. That's indicated by the little yellow lines under the name Cal. Again, it's on the ground from Bellotti. Greg Van Husen has the ball. He's out to the 40-yard line. Good job by the backup middle linebacker, Greg Van Husen. Looking that ball up on a bounce.
Longshore now will go to his hurry-up offense. Plenty of time with 1:37 to play.
Forsett is his tailback. He's going to try and throw the screen to Forsett. Jerome Boyd says nothing doing. Nick Reed also in on the stop.
And the clock's rolling. So you want a little bit of a sense of urgency. He looks left, tries to set up Forsett, but it's well smelled out by the defense. Boy, I tell you what, they get there so fast. Jerome Boyd just runs through the football as fast as anybody on that field.
Lavelle Hawkins and Robert Jordan are at the top of the screen. Deshaun Jackson at the bottom. Longshore looking for his tight end Stevens. He's got him at the 45-yard line. John Bacon with the stop. A lot of time rolled off that clock after that completion. 3rd and 4. Bellotti looks on. Forsett, the tailback. Longshore, 3-step drop, and he's got Stevens, and he drops the ball. Stevens had a first down at the 48-yard line and would have got more. Ball thrown slightly behind him, but that's a flat drop.
So 35 seconds left to just kick this ball away, but this ball was well thrown. There's your all-conference tight end. You don't see that very often. 2-time all-conference. But that won't help him win the Mackey Award. That was a move the chains type catch.
Oregon keeps their defense on the field, but does bring in Andy L. Brown to receive this punt from Andrew Larson. Ball will hit the ground at the 20 and bounce. And Cal will be happy to let it just bounce and bounce and bounce and then die as the clock continues to roll.
Well, we came into this game expecting both quarterbacks to be throwing lights out. 11 touchdowns, no interceptions for Dixon. But look at the pressure they're putting on him all day long. He has been unable to find the rhythm. And the same for Longshore. Longshore's just a pocket passer, not nearly as mobile. But he's throwing off his heels because all that pressure's coming. Neither one has really found the rhythm and been throwing on time. Although Stevens just let down Longshore by dropping that pass.
Well, if you don't think Oregon has enough time to get points on the board, think again. This is the ultimate quick strike offense. They have all 3 timeouts to go, but a long way to go. Here's Stewart, right side. And he gets pushed out of bounds. Anthony Felder. Mike Muhammad on the stop.
Well, he got out of bounds and the clock kept rolling, so they're going to put more time on the game clock. So they put 15 seconds on. You're right about enough time for either of these teams to score, but if you're Dixon, you know, here's a guy that hasn't thrown a pick in 120 passes. He doesn't want to start here with 15 seconds in the first half and put Cal back in the game.
And I don't think his coach wants him to start here either. They're going to kneel down. Remember,
exactly right.
Oregon will get the opening kickoff to start the second half. Oregon goes to the locker room, having kept California out of the end zone. 10-3's our score.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of
Mike Bellotti has chosen to put Jonathan Stewart back to return a kickoff, and that's always a good idea if you're a Duck fan. Averaging 31.9 yards per return, has taken back 2 for touchdowns in his career. Larson. And this will be Stewart from the 9. He lowers his shoulder and gets out across the 30-yard line.
Dan, take a look at the Pacific Life game summary. Look at the first half statistics. Rushing yards, oh my, big for Oregon. And then you look at the passing yards. Well, they talked about protection on Longshore. Really not getting it done offensively for Cal. Longshore's got to pick it up a little bit. He's got to do better than 119 total yards, especially for an explosive offense like the Bears have.
Another telling stat is that third down conversion rate. Oregon having a lot more success than Cal. But again, it all goes back to that penalty on Ezef that kept that drive alive for Oregon.
Right now, it's the Cal defense that really has to do something here to get this.
That's Jeremiah Johnson with the reception, pushed out of bounds by Ezef.
You know, a lot of times, Dan, when your offense is struggling, the defense can really pick you up. They come out, they make some plays, they start hooping and hollering and running around and making things happen defensively. Kind of is contagious on that sideline. And the offense comes out, and all of a sudden they start to get in rhythm.
And you know, it's great to see the halftime adjustments too, to see what Cal will do defensively. And Oregon already going to a quicker pass on first down. Here's Jonathan Stewart, and he gets real close to about a yard from that first down line. Saquon Thompson lost his hat but did make the tackle.
This is such a hard offense to defend because they spread you thin. It's like fast break basketball. I mean, they try to get these one-on-one situations, and they do more times than not.
Center Max Unger having a good day. Number 60 pulling. That's unusual to see a center pulling and getting out in front, but he was there that time. Third and short for Oregon. Stewart is the back behind Dixon. In motion is Colvin. Dixon up the middle, and he's not going to get it. Anthony Felder and Cody Jones at the bottom of that stop Stewart short of the first down.
You know, I thought it was interesting. Yesterday we were talking with Mike Bellotti, and you mentioned Max Unger, how they like to pull him. He said his guards don't pull, but he does pull Unger because he's a former guard. He's got good feet. Here, Stewart just never found anywhere to go. Good penetration by the white jerseys.
Like for a minute there, Oregon was going to go for it on 4th and 1, but out comes the punting team, Josh Cyree, and California got exactly what they wanted. They stopped 3 out, 3 plays and out, and a punt by Oregon. Cyree angles it to the near side. Jackson will let it go out of bounds. A great punt by Josh Cyree, out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
Never punt to him. It's like the Barry Bonds thing. You know, they walk him. They won't pitch to him. They will not kick it to Jackson, and that's making a difference in this ball game.
13-yard line's where Cal starts. Forsett with the carry. And he cuts back and's got a good gain across the 20 out to the 24-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, and Forsett's really had a tough time getting going in that first half, so it's good to see him get out of the blocks. Take a look at this. 7 carries, 19 yards in the first half. The average is 121 yards for the year, but he's getting 2.8 in the first half. California's rush offense. That's best. That's Forsett. He had 11 there on that play. Maybe that'll get him going.
He picked up 11 on first down. Longshore will throw to the outside. And he's got Jackson. Jarris Bird pushes him out of bounds, but that's another first down for California. So California defensively stops Oregon on 3 plays, and then their first 2 plays, they pick up first down.
And they're, sorry, Dan, they're so concerned about keeping them in front of them. They're playing so soft defensively. You see Bird coming over late. And all of a sudden, Jackson gets up and he's talking. He's feeling it right now. Look at him. He's feeling this game.
Here's Forsett hit in the backfield, gets away. What a great run by Justin Forsett as he picks up 8-9 yards. Hit in the backfield. Kwame Ajman could not bring him down. I wonder if the paint is peeling in that Cal locker room at halftime. Tedford said something to these boys.
I bet, but the penetration came on the blitz. They weren't able to pick it up. Forsett just making that on his own. Never gives you his entire body for the tackle.
James Montgomery now is the tailback for California. Forsett got 7 on first down. Longshore. Now he finds Jackson, and Jackson's got it at the 48-yard line. Another first down, California.
Boy, Jackson did that on his own, too. He was covered. Longshore was trying to buy as much time as he could, and then Jackson broke backward and broke his pattern. Made some separation. But watch Longshore looking left, looking left, looking left. He's still looking left. He's waiting for Jackson to clear. Finally, Jackson broke his pattern and came back to it.
Right now, this offensive line of California is dominating. Longshore had about 6 seconds to find Jackson.
But Bellotti told Todd, he says they didn't protect Longshore in that first half, so you know he did blister him at the half.
First and 10, 48-yard line. Forsett, fake to Forsett, Longshore. He dumps it off to Mora. Mora's got it, and he's got another 8-9-yard gain.
It's a good-looking drive. Get Forsett going, then you run the little waggle, you bring Longshore around and just dump it. I thought Jackson was open down deep. They didn't look for it. Here's the play action again. Fake it to Montgomery. A little waggle action.
Really a fine toss by Longshore. Just dropped it over the defender's hands softly into the big hands of Cameron Mora.
And Mora then tucked it and went.
Forsett back at the tailback position. Zach Smith in motion. Forsett right up the middle. Big hole. 40. Forsett down to the 20-yard line. Matthew Harper saved the touchdown. 24 yards for Justin Forsett.
Forsett moving his feet with his eyes with a great cutback. This play looks like it's going left. All of a sudden, he just cuts that thing back this way and up. He gets a little seal-off block by Jackson and explodes for the big gainer. Great eyes, great cut off the zone blocking.
Hawkins and Jackson to the bottom of the screen. Forsett at the tailback. He gets it again right up the middle, patiently finding a hole, getting inside the 15-yard line before Chung can take him down. That's what a senior running back gives you. Patience carrying the ball.
Well, patience is the key for both of these guys. Stewart on one side, Forsett for Cal, because the offensive line is zone blocking. So you're going to have your cutback lanes. So you have to be patient. Got to be quick, but you don't rush. Wait for that gap, that little hole to open up and cut back into it.
Got 7 on first down. James Montgomery's the tailback. Here's a reverse to Jackson. And he's not going to get anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose a whole bunch of yardage. Matthew Harper, Walter Thurman, and company keep the dangerous Jackson from a big play.
Jackson says when they call a reverse, his eyes light up. But on this play right here, there's nowhere to go. It was well defended. He's just trying to buy some time and not lose yardage. Then he gives up and goes out of bounds.
Another fine play by Jerome Boyd, staying at home and looking for the reverse in the cutback run.
Well, I'll tell you something else, too. Bird and Thurman on the corners are having great containment from the defensive back spots.
Jackson has one-on-one coverage at the bottom of the screen on 3rd and 6. Longshore looking that way, almost intercepted by Thurman. Again, the ball right in number 6's hands.
Jackson wanted a flag. He thought there was contact. Thurman has almost picked off 3 balls, hadn't gotten one yet, but here it is. Here's the contact. Maybe a little bit of a hole. Jackson's right. Thurman had him. Grabbed the back of his jersey.
Had a lot of cloth in both those hands. Better catching cloth than catching leather, I guess. Here's a field goal try for Jordan Kay. Made one from 34. This one's from 33. And it's no good. No good. Right over the top of the upright. No good. Well, I don't know about that call. I thought if you hit it right over the top, it was good. It looked like one of the officials looked over at the other official before he called it no good.
They did. They were confused. They were looking for support.
Now you're standing right under the post. What do you mean, support?
How is that not good?
So Oregon dodges the football and a bullet. They lead by 7. Back at Autzen Stadium, where Jordan Kay has just missed a 33-yard field goal by the narrowest of margins.
And they're still talking about it here, Dan. They still think it was good. The Cal players do anyway.
So Oregon will start at the 20-yard line. Jonathan Stewart with the first carry. Left side. 3rd and 5. Jeremiah Johnson in the backfield with Dixon. Looking left, throwing left to Colvin. He's got it, but Brandon Hampton is right in his shirt and keeps him from picking up the first down.
Colvin's hurt. He's limping back there.
For those of you who think that field goal could be reviewed, it's a not reviewable play. We talked to the Pac-10 officials about that, and they say it's not reviewable. Fine punt by Cyree. Jackson, and there'll be a flag down. Interference with the opportunity to make a fair catch or a catch at all.
It's a Patrick Chung.
Patrick Chung, the guilty one. 2 tight ends for Longshore on first down. Best starting position for the Bears. And he's got a receiver, Robert Jordan. He's pushed out of bounds by Jarris Byrd. Longshore just having all time to throw.
And he's got to be careful, though, Dan. He's looking his receiver down all the way. That normally, eventually, will lead to a pick.
But when it's man-to-man coverage, you can do that.
Well, you're right.
You don't have linebackers or safeties involved. He knew he had Jordan one-on-one with Byrd, so you can stare down that receiver in that case.
They're playing mostly zone, though. You watch, even in zone situations, he's staring them.
First down, Cal. Another first down for Cal here in the second half. Forsett in the backfield with Longshore. Fake to Forsett. Longshore to throw, and he misses Lavelle Hawkins on the crossing route. Hawkins comes into the game with 25 catches, second most in the Pac-10, has none today.
Jackson comes back to the huddle because he thought once he got by Thurman, he was going to be all right. And there was Harper, the free safety, just sitting back there playing center field.
Here's Jackson to the bottom of the screen. Hawkins in motion. Forsett on the draw. Big hole up the middle. Jeremy Gibbs puts a right arm on him as he crosses the 40-yard line.
And that now brings up a manageable 3rd down. But they're inside the 40. You can open up the playbook here. First half, they had a lot of 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15.
So Tedford comes in with Cameron Mora, the second tight end. Jackson and Hawkins, the wide receivers. 3rd and 5. Longshore's got Forsett. He's got a first down. He does not go out of bounds, goes inside the 30-yard line. James Montgomery is the tailback for Longshore. Longshore to the outside. He's got his tight end Mora, and Mora is wrapped up immediately by Garrett. Kevin Garrett, the sophomore linebacker from Carson, California.
Deshaun Jackson now comes back on the field. He was out one play. Defense all points to him. They all recognize him.
But you get the feeling with the time to throw that Longshore has, he's going to hit pay dirt here pretty soon. I mean, there's no pressure at all from Oregon's defense.
It's interesting. When Jackson came back out on the field, all the defenders pointed at him. That's how much attention he's getting. Got him.
There's Jackson. Touchdown, California.
Oh, what a move.
Post corner move. 25 yards.
Walter Thurman got totally turned around as soon as he made the break toward the post. And Jackson just stopped and backed up. Watch this. Take him down, go to the post. Bam. Now watch. Go back. Perfectly thrown. Wide open. Touchdown. Cal Bears. You knew it was going to happen.
First touchdown catch of the year for Deshaun Jackson. And coming out to try to tie the ball game up will be Jordan Kay. has yet to miss this season. And he's got it.
7 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. How about those numbers?
Here's the kickoff, and dangerously bounces. Derek Jones has it, and he's down about the 25-yard line.
We've already had one reviewed this year. As a matter of fact, the UVA North Carolina game, field goal was ruled no good. Team manager thought that it did cross the bar. He said, hey, coaches, you ought to look at this thing. They challenged it. It was reversed, and UVA won the game 22-20. So, sure, it's reviewable.
Only if it's in question whether it crosses the crossbar. So my question is, how can you tell if it doesn't cross the crossbar? It either does or it doesn't.
I'll tell you, the manager that went to the coaches, though, he ought to get a letter.
I'll give him one. So Oregon will start at the 26-yard line with Jeremiah Johnson in the backfield with Dixon. Dixon under pressure to the outside. Dangerous throw, but caught by Cameron Colvin. This is Jeremiah Johnson, Matt, across the 30-yard line for a short gain. Warrell Williams with another tackle from his middle linebacker spot.
You were talking about the offensive line for Cal, how they picked it up, and the offense has had 2 good drives. How about the 2 defensive stands? They are forcing another 3rd down and long here.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And in the secondary, it looks like Dixon is not able to go to his primary receiver. 3rd and 5. Johnson shifts to the left side of Dixon. And he'll get it. And he'll get a first down. Still on his feet at the 40-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson, solid run on 3rd and 5.
He's another one of those guys you better wrap up. At the end of this run, he almost broke loose. Good blocking up front. Sawau and Unger and Lewis are doing a terrific job. And Johnson, boy, spinning and turning. Watch how close he comes. Now, they don't wrap him up. He still got the balance. But the pursuit took him down.
Well, he's in the backfield again with Dixon. 3 wide receivers. Blitz by California. Over the middle. Tight end Ed Dixon's got it. Into Bear territory at the 45-yard line. Good job of reading the blitz and finding his hot receiver.
Perfect play call. And I don't know if that was an audible or not. But look at the way he just slides right out of here. And Dixon is looking downfield and just drops it underneath where the blitzers had vacated.
Here's Jeremiah left side. Across the 45-yard line. Picks up about 3 that time. What a 1-2 punch. Jeremiah Johnson and Jonathan Stewart give this Oregon offense.
You know, partner, you just have that feeling. We talked about it in the first half, almost begging for a high-scoring game. You have the feeling now they're both kicking into gear.
Oregon's trying to change the tempo. Quick snap this time. Quick throw. And Jason Williams can't pick it off his shoe top.
Coming into this game, Dennis Dixon has at least 1 passing touchdown and 1 running touchdown in every game. 2-time Pac-10 player of the year, of the week, but here he hadn't been able to get into the end zone.
And he faces another 3rd down. Oregon excellent on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. Three wide receivers, and Ed Dixon, the tight end, is at the top of the screen. Dixon looking that way. Now down the middle, he's got Colvin. Colvin at the 10. Colvin at the 5. Touchdown, Oregon. Cameron Colvin. 42 yards and a strike from Dennis Dixon.
Just had the feeling that the floodgates were about to open, and bingo.
Oregon now shifts back to a conventional PAT formation. Matt Evenson on to try to add the 17th point for the Ducks, and he does.
Cameron Colvin had his first touchdown of his career in the first place last week against Stanford. He put him on the board here, and Oregon leads 17-10. Well, he's going to Colvin. The eyes of the quarterback are taking you right square down the middle. And there's Colvin with the catch and the touchdown.
Second touchdown catch of the year for Colvin. Got that 71-yarder on the first play of the game last week against Stanford.
Those are his first 2 career touchdowns.
That's what they've been waiting for a long time. The guy's been nicked up a lot with leg injuries. One of the highly recruited wide receivers when he came out of De La Salle High School in the Bay Area.
And the most impressive thing is the way the Ducks answered that nice drive and touchdown by Cal.
Kicking off, this is Morgan Flint, number 14, as Bellotti goes back and forth between Flint and his son Luke Bellotti. Javid Best is back for the Bears, but he's way up at the 15-yard line, expecting another squib kick from the Oregon kickers. He gets the pooch this time. Lavelle Hawkins has got it at the 30. And that's a good return and great field position for California to start their next drive. Here's California. Longshore over the middle. He's got Mora, and Mora gets about 7. Can't wait. Here's Jackson. First down, California. Gets inside the 40-yard line, and a flag comes flying. Maybe an illegal block on Cameron Mora, trying to free Deshaun Jackson.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Here's Justin Forsett on second down and long, and the Ducks are all over Forsett.
Todd. And Dan, when I say he really is repentant, it's true. He wants me to get a message out to all the kids out there. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Thank you, Todd. That is the 7th tackle for a loss by the Oregon defense this afternoon. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. Forsett's the tailback next to Longshore as the crowd gets into it. Longshore over the middle, he's got his man. First down, Cal. That's Robert Jordan pushed out of bounds. Check that. Lavelle Hawkins with his first catch of the afternoon, and it's a big one.
And Hawkins delivered a blow at the end of it, too. It's one of those situations where he had gotten as much yardage as he could. He knew he was going to take a hit, so he decided he was going to be the guy that got most of the power and leverage behind the hit.
So they come back, rebound after that penalty by Mora to pick up a 16-yard gain on that 3rd and 7. Mora's back in the game with Craig Stevens at tight end. Jackson in motion on 1st and 10 from the 40. Longshore going deep. He's got his man again. That's Jackson inside the 10-yard line. Deshaun Jackson putting on a show. And
another great route run by the All-American. He went down, did a sideline, and turned it up. And when he turned it up, he said, if I'm even, I'm leaving. And he was wide open, and a perfect throw by Nate Longshore. Nate actually threw the ball before he turned the pattern up.
Now we're getting into that shootout mode that we anticipated before this ball game.
Jackson comes out. Lavelle Hawkins comes back in for Cal.
Jackson over 100 yards receiving now, 122 on 9 catches. Here's Longshore to Forsett. The middle screen inside the 5 down to the 1-yard line. The ball come loose.
Well, he was reaching the ball out to break the plane, and I think it came out at the end, but they're saying his knee was down.
Yeah, once the official comes in and points to the ground, that's it.
Now Jackson comes back into the ball game. But now he comes back out.
Now they're going to load up with about 6 inches to go.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Yeah, we're going to wait and move it all the way down to the other end of the field here in Austin Stadium. Back in Eugene, Oregon, where Jack Wood is reviewing this play upstairs, talking to replay official Dan Hill. This is what they're looking at.
He reaches out and tries to break the plane with the football, loses it, and Cal recovers in the end zone. But I think they're looking to see if, in fact, his knee was down before the ball came loose. Here's the pile. There's the knee. And remember now, the rule is any part of your body other than your hand and foot that touches the ground, you're down. It could be a shin, could be your butt, could be anything. And you can see he's down.
Clearly down. Craig Stevens recovers the ball in the end zone. Not sure why this is taking so long, because he was down. The ball came out as he stretched across. And what a second half Nate Longshore is enjoying behind that offensive line, the pass protection. He's 12 of 14 for 147 and a touchdown. And that big pass play just completed to Deshaun Jackson.
Forsett still had the ball there. He's lucky. Boy, his ankle looked like he twisted a little bit underneath. Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
Which is that the ball will be inside the 1, almost touching the goal line. And it'll be second and goal.
Nate Longshore, 6'5", 235 pounds. You might anticipate a sneak here.
Exactly right. You don't like to see a quarterback go backwards away from the goal line. Just let him bull ahead. Get behind that big offensive line and follow Alex Mack's butt.
Zach Smith's the fullback. Forsett's the tailback. 3 tight ends for Longshore. That's Zach Smith in motion. And Longshore tries to sneak for it. Left side. Why would he go wide when he's got 6 inches to go straight ahead?
And look at his center. Alex Mack is 1.5 yards deep in that end zone.
Patrick Chung made the tackle, but that's as unbelievable a quarterback sneak as I think I've ever seen.
Boy, he
lost yardage.
They got a great push off of that. All he had to do was follow him up.
That brings up 3rd down. And a full yard. Mora in motion. Forsett right side, easy touchdown, California.
Mack, Malele, De La Puente, they all just got a good push again off that line of scrimmage. Watch this push. Get out, engage. Now here comes Forsett just reading for any opening, and that was an easy touchdown after that.
Jordan Kay out of the hold of Brian Van Meter. Will look to tie it up. And he does. Justin Forsett with another touchdown for the Cal Bears ties this game up. Cal's had 3 second-half possessions, really hasn't been stopped. They've scored 2 touchdowns and missed a field goal by the narrowest of margins. Oregon, 3 possessions in the second half. They've punted twice and then got that 42-yard touchdown reception to Cameron Colvin last time out. Andrew Larson to kick it off for California. This ball will hit the ground and bounce. Stewart with Crenshaw with the ball. He falls on it at the 20-yard line. Finally falls on it at the 20.
Well, you mentioned Justin Forsett. What a game he's having. Forsett, 14 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown. There's just no quit in him. And when he found it going tough early on, he just stayed after it. And all of a sudden, those holes started to open up. His cutback lanes became available to him. And once he gets to that 2nd and 3rd level, he's got that extra burst. Big ball game for Forsett. And with those 74 yards, it opened the passing game up for Longshore and Jackson, who has 9 catches. Forsett 55 of those in the second half with a touchdown.
So Oregon will start this drive at the 20-yard line. Jonathan Stewart in the backfield with Dennis Dixon. Dixon down the middle. Too far for his tight end, Ed Dixon. Could only get one hand on it.
Dixon's pass intended for Ed Dixon, incomplete.
How close was that?
Well, they had him locked on Moy, the linebacker, and Moy never looked back. He was beaten. He was just doing everything he could to even get close to Dixon. But this ball is just a hair overthrown. Looked like Dixon still had a chance at it, but they had the linebacker more beaten.
That's 2 long passes for Oregon back-to-back. One for a touchdown and that one incomplete. Jeremiah Johnson tries the right side. He gets strung out all the way to the sidelines and maybe picked up a yard. Sidquan Thompson finally got him out of bounds. Mike Bellotti wondering, along with this huge crowd here, what Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, is going to call on this 3rd down and 8. Stewart in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. Cal will rush 3. Dixon in trouble. Now he fires, and it's too high, incomplete. Jason Williams had the ball in his hands but couldn't come down with it. In traffic over the middle.
If you're a defender, the longer that quarterback has time back there, you know, and everybody starts rearranging and changing their routes, you're in a lot of trouble. Williams readjusts. Now he starts to skate. He sees that Dixon's in trouble, breaks his route and comes back. The ball got through his hands, and then it was almost interception, but Cal got, or intercepted, but Cal got a break there.
Drop pass by Jason Williams. Dropped a couple today. Josh Cyree will punt it to that man, Deshaun Jackson. He sends this one skyward. Jackson coming way up, signals for a fair catch and makes it at the California 49-yard line. 13:41 to go. California with great field position when we come back. New attendance record here at Autzen Stadium, 59,273. They're watching Justin Forsett break tackles and get into duck territory.
Justin Forsett over the left side.
Here's Longshore to throw deep, and he throws it away. Both receivers on this side, Hawkins and Jackson, were running hook routes.
Look at Nate Longshore. He's smiling, thinking, what the heck was that? Nate Longshore's got to be thinking Deshaun Jackson or his tight end Craig Stevens. They've been the hot hands, and if you run, Forsett's right behind them. Actually, Forsett's not.
Oregon blitzes. Time to throw across the middle, complete. Lavelle Hawkins, first down, California at the 35-yard line. So Jackson and Jordan at the top of the screen. Stevens, the tight end, at the bottom of the screen. Here's Forsett right up the middle. Cuts back and picks up a couple.
This is basically just a pro-style offense that mixes runs and passes evenly. And it puts up points quickly most days, but they've had to work for these 17 this afternoon.
It's been really a well-played ball game by both teams' defenses. Very clean ball game. These teams very familiar with each other. Both teams recruit a lot of the same areas of the state of California. 2nd and 6. Forsett the tailback. Longshore, 3-step drop. He's got Jackson wide open again, and Jackson down the sideline. Jackson, touchdown, California.
Deshaun Jackson just put himself back into the Heisman race. 10 catches. And this is special. Drive them off, get out, now make the catch. Now watch the little stutter step here, an explosion down that sideline. Never stepped out and high steps into the end zone.
California has the lead for the first time. Oski's fired up about that. He's got to be fired up about the performance by Deshaun Jackson. 25-yarder in the third quarter, and then comes back with that 31-yard bit of magic. Jarris Byrd is nowhere near him as he stepped down that sideline. And he now has 45 plays in his career of 20 yards or longer. That is a big play guy. 3 touchdowns in the second half for California. When you think of everything Jackson does, you kind of think of Ted Ginn, don't you? The same type of player. I think he's better than Ted Ginn, actually.
Oh, I think he's better, but it reminds you of that kind of all-everything guy.
The Oregon receivers come together. California's got it. Crenshaw and Thurman ran together, or rather Derek Jones. And number 14 for California on that ball. First turnover of the game. That is Javid Best wearing number 14, because you can't have two guys on the same team at one time on the field. He takes 14 when Thomas Decoud takes number 4, but this is inexcusable at home on the Oregon Ducks.
It looked like Crenshaw was calling for it, and both guys just collided. But you're right, playing at home. Now the floodgates are about to open with California.
First turnover of the game sets up California in great field position. Longshore going deep to the end zone. Overthrows Deshaun Jackson, and Jackson was open one more time. Todd Harris.
Dan, it's a little bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing there. When they go to the kickoff, the equipment manager holds up a number 14 jersey. Javid Best goes over and picks it up. Now, as you pointed out, you can't have two number 4s in the team at the same time, but they use Javid Best because he is the fastest guy in the team. This is a guy who runs a 10-3-100 high school champion in the 100-meter dash, and they say he is the best gunner on the team.
Well, Best should be the best, Todd. Thank you. 2nd and 10 for Cal. Forsett, the tailback. That's Smith in motion. Here's Forsett right up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. A flag is down as well.
Boy, did Cal almost have another touchdown, because Jackson was open in the end zone and just overthrew him. Now you come back with this, and it's against Cal, so Oregon is dodging a bullet here. They may be able to get away from that mistake.
Holding, offense number 19. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
On 3rd down and 20, do you just go for half of it and go for it on 4th down, or set up a field goal position? Let's find out. Longshore is down. First time Nick Reed's got him at the 40-yard line. He'd been sacked only 3 times this entire year, but Nick Reed comes in there and picks up his 4th sack of the season.
And more importantly, after having great field position, surely to get points, Cal's going to come away and have to punt it. This is Jackson again. Corner gives him up. Safety sitting over the top. And again, it's Chung, number 15.
And the middle linebacker, Bacon, back 20 yards to make sure he doesn't get down the middle. This is Andy L. Brown deep for Oregon at about the 12-yard line. As Larson rips this one, and it is going to be down inside the 10. Beautifully by Zach Smith.
And another player down. 2 Cal guys collided.
So Dennis Dixon will take over at the 9-yard line, and he'll throw on 1st down. A lot of time to throw. Dumps it over the middle to Jonathan Stewart out to about the 11-yard line. Tackled by Warrell Williams as Cal just continues to play that zone, keeping everything contained in front of them.
How about this? Jonathan Stewart just 8 yards rushing this half. They pretty much abandoned the running game.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, Tim, because when you're playing zone, you're not loading up the box. There's only 7 men in the box for California on most downs. Pickup of 3. There's a quick pass outside. That's a tight end, Matt Larkin. First catch of the season for Matt Larkin is good for an Oregon 1st down.
That's their play action look out of the shotgun and just slid him out quickly. Larkin got out of there in a hurry too, and Dixon just let him have the ball. Brings up 1st down, and as they watch that clock now with 9:37 to play, see if they get a little more sense of urgency.
22-yard line is where they'll snap it to Dixon. He'll throw quickly to Jason Williams. And playing way off Williams was the cornerback, Marcus Ezef. He was about 13 yards off when Jason caught that ball. Jonathan Stewart in the backfield with Dixon. Here's the handoff to Stewart, breaks the tackle, gets across the 35-yard line. That's good enough for a first down for the Ducks. Anthony Felder with the tackle. Dixon with a lot of time to throw. He's got Colvin left side. Colvin cuts it back to the middle. Out to the midfield. Cameron Colvin. First down Oregon, as Oregon's now protecting the quarterback and Dixon's finding his men.
Bob Gregory, the defensive coordinator, he's got to cheat his corners up, put a little more pressure on the receivers.
Keep your eye on the defensive line of Cal. They're all got their hands on their hips now as Oregon steps up the tempo. From the 49, Dixon to throw again. Down the middle, Jason Williams got it at the 30. Williams inside the 20. Sidquan Thompson and Chris Conte get him down there. Oh, when you have time to throw. 36 yards on that play. Here's Stewart. Stewart, not much that time as he crosses the 15-yard line. You get big Jason Williams rolling. He's 240 pounds. I mean, he's tough to stop at the line of scrimmage.
Dixon saw something and ran over to the sidelines. He was talking to the coaches. I don't know what he saw, but now he's coming back out on the field. He's telling them, no huddle, let's go, get up to the line. Play clock hadn't even started yet, so there's no hurry.
Stewart got just 1 yard.
4 wide, spread them all the way across the field.
4-man rush for Cal. Time for Dixon. Time is running out. Now he's got Colvin. Doesn't seem he's going to run inside the 5-yard line. First down, Oregon. So it'll be first down and goal for the Ducks. Jeremiah Johnson's the tailback. Jonathan Stewart is in the slot at the top of the screen. Now they shift. Stewart in motion. Dixon to roll. Throw back to his tight end, Dixon. Dixon inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. Thomas DeCou stopped him before he could get in the end zone along with Mika Kane.
Dan, we're seeing some great individual performances. Now they're going hurry up. They don't want Cal to get set. They know they've got him on their heels. Get back up to the line of scrimmage.
That'll be quarterback sneak by Dixon. No signal yet.
He's in the end zone.
They'll unpile, and they'll call it touchdown, Oregon. Finally, a call from the officials.
What a series by Dennis Dixon, throwing and running.
And the one thing they talk about with Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, is he always seemed to have the right answer. Last 2 drives have been letter perfect for Oregon, as have Cal's last couple of drives. Matt Evenson to try to tie it up. He does. We got a flag down. He's going to have to try this one again. Illegal motion against Oregon. So this will back up the extra point for Matt Evenson.
And it's a big extra point.
He's got it. Tie ball game. 4th tie of the game. A 91-yard drive in 10 plays for Dennis Dixon, and the Ducks tied up with 7:06 to go in the ball game. And this will be Luke Bellotti to kick off for Oregon. Remember, they've either squibbed it or pooched it. They've yet to kick deep to California. And this one will be along the ground as well. Tough hop there at the 30. Ball picked up by Brian Hollier, backup fullback.
Nate Longshore missed an opportunity after the turnover. He missed a wide open Jackson in the end zone. He needs something here now.
He fakes to Jackson. Now he takes it himself, and he gets about 5 or 6 yards. Forsets the tailback. Longshore to throw. Too high, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. Looked like Jerome Boyd was in the throwing lane there. Check it, that's Patrick Chung, number 15, not 13. Brings up this 3rd down and 4. Lavelle Hawkins back in the game at the bottom of the screen. Here's Longshore with time to throw. And he's got Jackson. First down, California. at the 46-yard line. Forsett the tailback. Zach Smith the fullback. 1st and 10 California. Longshore to Hawkins, too far. Double covered that time. Matthew Harper and Jarris Bird.
And Longshore's down.
Flat on his back.
He's a redshirt freshman. How about that? From Oregon, coming in. If he came in, what a dream that would be for him. But let's just hope Longshore's okay. He's coming out.
You know, Kevin Riley's a pretty good ball player here in the state of Oregon. He was the top player in the state as a senior, rated by Rivals.com in the Gatorade Player of the Year in 05.
Yeah, but I tell you what,
he steps into a real situation here, huh, Tim?
Well, the crowd saw Longshore go out and saw Riley come in, so they're going to make it as tough as they can on the freshman.
And he'll face a 2nd down and 10 from the Cal 46-yard line. Gives to Forsett, and Forsett maybe a yard. 3rd and 9. Forsett's got it, and Nick Reed's got Forsett.
And that's just bringing Kevin Riley off the bench. They aren't going to have him throw and have the opportunity to throw an interception in a passing situation.
Oregon will rush 4, setting up for a possible return by Brown, who's got a 64-yarder this season. Angling it to the far side. Brown's going to get it at about the 10. He's going to go down right there. Yeah, he's a quarterback that relies heavily on his right leg for pushing off and delivering the passes. That'll be a tough one for him. But here's Dixon now. 1st and 10 for Oregon. He's got time to throw across the middle. Intercepted. Intercepted at the 20-yard line. Anthony Felder with the pick. Dixon's first interception of the year. Couldn't have come at a worse time. That's Mora in motion. Here's Forsett cutting back over the middle inside the 15-yard line. Patrick Chung had to stop him there.
Longshore is really gimpy on that leg. You're right, though. 4:05 to play. Clock continues to move. You want to melt it and get the points out of this drive.
This is where you tell the offensive line, you point each one of those big 5 guys up there and you say, ball game's in your hands, fellas. We're going to run the ball. We're going to try to get in the end zone, but if we don't, we're going to take time off the clock and bring out the field goal kicker. Forsett left side, cuts back inside the 10, the 5. Forsett is down to the 1-yard line.
You know, we don't talk about Justin Forsett enough. Tedford says he reminds him of Barry Sanders. He's got some Barry Sanders type moves, got those strong legs, finds the hole, great eyes. This was a nice cutback, but what a hole opened up by that offensive line. Bella Puente, Mack, and Malele are really playing well up front.
Yeah, and now if you're Oregon, just let them score. Don't wait, take any more time off the clock, or else start using your timeouts if Cal doesn't get in on this play, because they're just going to milk this clock. Here's Forsett. Touchdown, California.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to let him score, but you're right. That's probably the best thing for him.
Kay will kick the ball along the ground. This is Jonathan Stewart at the 30. He's wrapped up at about the 32-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson comes out with Dennis Dixon. He'll be the running back for this series of plays. Dixon fires. He's got his man. That's Ed Dixon, the tight end, continuing to have a huge day for his quarterback, Dennis Dixon. Dixon over the middle to Jeremiah Johnson. He spins down to the 40-yard line.
Dan, in the last drive that Oregon scored, they did this up-tempo. Cal's defense was really visibly fatigued, and they're again putting their hands on their hips, and they're already tired out on this drive, it looks like.
None of the big guys up front, just 3 men will rush the passer now. Jonathan Stewart at the 30. Jonathan Stewart at the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line. That's a worn-out defensive line as Stewart rips off 23 yards. Dixon. And the ball's intercepted. Tyson Alu caught the deflection. California gets a huge break.
Alu, that's a gift. Tip drill. Every day at practice, Cal practices not only the tip drill, but the rip drill. And if the defense in practice gets 3 turnovers, they don't have to do conditioning drills.
Now Mika Kani tipped the ball up in the air, and Tyson Alu grabbed it.
He jumped into this rotation as a freshman. That's his biggest play in 2 years.
Longshore gives to Forsett, and he's tackled in the backfield by Kwame Ajman. Oregon's got to start thinking about burning timeouts, and they do.
Here it is again. The hit comes right at about the thigh, but then he came down on the ankle, and immediately that's when Longshore started reaching for it. He knew he had a problem.
Todd, you got more?
Yeah, Dan, the problem is, you pointed out, that is a surgically repaired ankle that he broke 2 years ago, and he's not the most mobile quarterback. He's even less mobile now. He is wincing every time he has to push off that.
There's Forsett ripped down in the backfield again by Kwame Ajman. Timeout, Oregon. James Montgomery is the tailback. Mora in motion. 3rd and 12. Montgomery's first carry. Out to the 30-yard line and not much more. So Oregon will not use a timeout here. Oh, yes, they will. Nick Sundberg to snap it. Good snap. And again, kicked away from the return man. And Brown tells everybody get out of the way as the ball rolls out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Good job by Andrew Larson, a 48-yard punt.
And he still has a minute 45 to work with. The sidelines and the chains to stop things.
Garen Strong is the receiver at the bottom of the screen. He's been quiet today. Dixon looks his way. And he gets up and then out of bounds. Heads up play by Garen Strong. Saving precious seconds off the clock.
Yeah, the sideline's their best friend now, and if they go over the middle, just make sure that they're down 10 yards or beyond so they can stop the clock to move the chains. Still have plenty of time, 1:38 to go. And in a spread attack like this, they can use the entire field.
No timeouts. Jonathan Stewart in the backfield with Dixon. 4-man rush. Stewart's got it. Stewart trying to get to the outside. He's got enough for the first down. That will stop the clock momentarily.
Boy, trying to get extra yardage. He almost gave it back. 1:30 to play now as they move the chains.
Jeremiah Johnson replaces Stewart in the backfield. 3 wide receivers and the tight end, Ed Dixon, who's had a big day for Oregon. Dixon throws the ball away under pressure. That time California brought pressure. Eddie Young was one of the men, the linebacker, in on Dixon.
And give a lot of credit to the linebacker Tony Felder, because Anthony Felder dropped back in front of Ed Dixon, who was over the middle, and I think he was the intended receiver.
Cameron Colvin coming to the near side of the field, along with Garen Strong. 3-man rush this time for Cal. Dumps it off to Jeremiah Johnson. At the 35. Look out. Johnson coming left 40. 45, 50. He's not done yet. He's out of bounds at the California 40-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson for 26 yards and a huge play for the Ducks. Dixon. He's got Strong. Strong at the 35. Cartwheeled down there by Anthony Felder and Marcus Ezef.
Clock still moving, under 60 seconds to play.
Cal trying to get fresh defensive linemen in the game. Every time they go with a 3-man rush, they don't get enough pressure on Dixon. They bring 4 this time. Dixon over the middle. Colvin's got it at the 20. Cameron Colvin, first down, Oregon. Clock will stop. while they move the chains.
39 seconds to play.
Van Hoosen and Felder make the stop there as Cal drops into a zone.
Dixon looks to the side, gets the play call. Brady Leaf, the backup quarterback, with the signal.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Colvin in the slot, the bottom of the screen. Dixon dumps it over to Jonathan Stewart, and Jonathan Stewart drops the ball.
That's not bad, though, Dan.
No, I don't think so either, Tim.
29 seconds left. He wasn't going to get the first. They have no timeouts. That clock would have continued to move.
California now will probably put 5 men right along the goal line to try to keep Oregon from hitting the ball in the seams. So Oregon may have to catch the ball short and run for it. That's what Dixon had in mind on that play.
Dixon shouldn't expect much pressure. Again, they've got 3 down.
Jonathan Stewart in the backfield. He's blocking. Dixon. Jason Williams at the 5. 1st down Oregon. Jason Williams with the reception for 15 yards. Clock will stop again with 22 seconds to go.
Now 22 seconds is a lot of time down here.
Especially in this offense. You have the chance. Now California's going to rest their defense. Tedford calls their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half.
And that gets the Oregon fans to their feet.
1st and goal. Stewart in the backfield. Dixon. Colvin.
No signal.
Colvin. The officials have yet to make a call. It's got to be something.
Well, I thought
it looked like he reached over the pylon, knocked the pylon down, but he didn't have possession of the ball. We still do not have a signal. This is unbelievable. How can you review something if they're going to review this if you don't have something to review?
Well, they want to see if he fumbled it into the end zone. If he had possession, fumbled it into the end zone.
You've got to make a call, though, before you look at it. Is it a
touchback?
Ruling on the field is touchback.
Here's
ball
the
is
touchback.
Fumbled into and out of bounds in the end zone.
There are a number of things to look at here, but it appeared the ball did go.
Well, he made the catch, made a football move. Now the fumble. He was not across the goal line. Touchback.
Marcus Ezef, the guy that made the ill-timed personal foul penalty in the 1st half, may have just redeemed himself by stripping the ball from Cameron Colvin.
Dan, from this angle, he made the catch, made a football move, took a step, fumbled the ball before he crossed the goal line. The ball was inside the pylon, and that is a touchback.
After review, the ruling on this field stands. Touchback.
And the Cal Bears are going to win this baby.
And it was everything advertised, at least in the 2nd half, huh, partner?
I thought it even better. You know, we were talking about a track meet and the high score in the 1st half was so defensive-minded, and both teams struggled to find themselves offensively. 2nd half, we saw the offenses that were advertised. It has been spectacular.
So all that's left is for Nate Longshore to limp out and take a knee with this football, as he does.
Now you just hope that he's okay and there's nothing in that surgically reconstructed ankle that's going to cause him to miss any time.